all right, everybody. This is Poncho Blazing ATM at your service, aka Reverend Joseph James Holland, and welcome in because I'm the social media and YouTube legend and future First Ballot Hall of Famer. I'm saved, sanctified, Holy Ghost filled, fire baptized, staying saved, living right, and doing God's will. And I want to welcome everybody, and somebody say everybody, to the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast. This is the 197th. With it being the 197th episode of the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast, we appreciate everybody tuning in at this time. Whether you're tuning in to the live stream or the previous recording or the previous recording, I appreciate everybody tuning in at this time. And to all the YouTube Live Nation chat tuning in, I appreciate all the YouTube Live Nation chat tuning in. Thank you all very much. Be sure to let me know where you're from and how old you are. That way we can shout you out properly. And if this is your first time ever tuning in to any of my live streams of whatsoever the case may be, or anything that I'm doing, let me know ahead of time. That way we can welcome you as a first-time visitor. And on that note, we do have a couple of quick announcements real quickly. So before we begin, I would like to say that we are 3 episodes, as somebody say 3 episodes away before we officially hit the 200th anniversary episode. So tonight will be the 198th episode of the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast. It'll be the late night version, the late night chat of the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast. In addition to that, the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast will resume for the 199th episode. And that will be Monday. So this Monday, the 199th episode of the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast will be Monday. Now, hear me out. Normally, we would do 2 episodes, which means we would do 4 episodes every week. But for this coming week, there's only going to be 2 episodes. And the reason why that is because we're getting ready to celebrate our 200th anniversary episode. Can you believe we're almost at 200 anniversary episodes? I mean, from the time that we started on July 30th, 2020 during the pandemic, all the way until now. I appreciate you all for rocking with me on 197 episodes of the Talk to Poncho's Palace podcast. And I appreciate you all very, very much. And thank you from the bottom of my heart, for real. So, this coming week, there's only going to be 2 episodes of the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast. Monday, it will be the 199th episode. And then, and somebody say, and then, next Saturday will be the official 200th anniversary episode. So next week will be the official 200th anniversary episode of the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast. So you got to come next Saturday to be a part of the 200th anniversary episode. We are so excited and so ready for the 200th anniversary episode. And along with that, Facebook Live with Poncho Blazing ATM episode 9 will take place this Friday. So this Friday, Facebook Live with Poncho Blazing ATM episode 19 will take place exclusively on Facebook. And on that note, after we film these episodes, we will be officially taken off because March Madness for the NCAA in men's and women's college basketball will be taking place during that time. So we'll be putting our main focus on that. So after the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast, episode 200, and Facebook Live with Poncho Blazing ATM, episode 19, both are aired and filmed, we will be taken off all the way until the NCAA college men's and women's basketball is complete and they both have their championship games. Once they officially have their championship games and we are off spring break, then we will officially be back on the air. And we'll be coming back on the air in about the 2nd week of April. So about the 2nd week of April, we will be officially back on the air. And I'll let you all know all the full details on that. I will truly miss you all during the time of the NCAA March Madness 2026. But I hope that you all get to watch the NCAA March Madness 2026, and I hope that your team wins officially. And on that note, they've been having the late great Reverend Jesse Jackson's funeral here recently in South Carolina and Chicago. So at this time, the late great Reverend Jesse Jackson's funeral is taking place right now. They're having a private service for him, and Reverend Reginald Sharp, Pastor Reginald Sharp, is preaching as of right now. So be sure to tune into that service in order to watch his homecoming service for the late great Reverend Jesse Jackson. And for most of you all that know, my brother Hunter Holland recently had a birthday at 28 years old, and after that he got put in the hospital at Harlan ARH Hospital at the ER. His right part of his chest was acting up, but thankfully within an hour and a half, the doctors and medical staff and nurses was able to calm his heart down and was able to get his heart back up and running. So I definitely praise God for that. And as of right now, my brother Hunter Holland is officially home. So thank you to all the medical staff at Harlan ARH Hospital in Harlan, Kentucky for helping my brother. I appreciate you all very much. And to all the prayers and support, I appreciate you all very much. When something like this happens close to your family, you never know what to think. But I thank God that he was there with my brother. And we do have the YouTube Live Nation chat that's tuning in. And when I see the YouTube Live Nation chat, I see BCG. Hello, thank you for tuning in. I see Susie CAM. Susie CAM, thank you and hello. Thank you for tuning in. By the look on your profile page, you are a very beautiful woman. By the look of it that I can tell. So you are very beautiful, and it looks like you're a Latina, if I'm not mistaken. If you're not a Latina, please tell me that I'm wrong, and I do apologize in advance. We've got MO in the building. Thank you for tuning in, MO. I appreciate you very, very much. And then we also have TB. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you very much. And then we have my man, Joe P in the building. Hey, Joe P. Hello, it's good to see you back, Joe P. I'm always happy when you're in the building. I appreciate you very much. Y'all, we gotta turn on some air because it's hot today, though. It is hot. Hold on a second, y'all. Hold on. Okay. Thank you. It is hot up in here for real. Hold on just a second, y'all. All right, but in the meantime, while we are turned on the air, we're going to go ahead and go to our first commercial break real quick. And when we come right back, we're going to go ahead and jump onto these topics. So stay tuned. We're coming back in about 30 to 45 seconds. Just about got it. All right, perfect. Okay. All right, here we go. Oh my. Okay, yeah, all right. Welcome back to the Talking Poncho Palace podcast. This is episode 197. We're at the 197th episode of the Talking Poncho Palace podcast. And for those of you all that are currently in the YouTube Live Nation chat, I appreciate you all very, very much. Thank you all for always being a part of the YouTube Live Nation chat. Now, Joe P, when you talk about asking me about my job, are you talking about my in-person job? So if you're talking about my in-person job, I'm currently a customer, I would say a retail sales associate. So that's why I am in my in-person work as a retail sales associate. And we're currently going down to the blue and white to work today in person. But now I will tell you that overall, I'm a semi-retired indies recorded music artist. I am a director and producer, and I'm also an indies record label music owner. And then I host the Talk of Poncho Palace podcast, and we're getting ready to host a PNP podcast. And about that, you all have been asking about the PNP podcast with my mother, Prophetess Princess Holland. We was supposed to originally have it 3 years ago, as of January 2023, but due to some complications, we was not able to have it. But we are getting close to having the PNP podcast, so that will be the official spin-off of the Talk of Poncho Palace podcast. As soon as we have a date and announcement on that, we'll officially let you know. And speaking of my mama, it is her 20th anniversary as an ordained minister. So be sure to show her some love and wish her a happy 20th year anniversary as an ordained minister. And be sure to follow her at Prophetess Princess Holland Vivo on YouTube and follow her on Facebook. And she is going to be the special guest minister for tomorrow's church service at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Full Gospel House of Salvation, and that's in Appalachia, Virginia. So those that are in person, be sure to come out and hear this great woman of God and my mama. And the service will be streamed online on YouTube and Facebook. And in addition to that, our first topic for this episode will be about the late great Coretta Scott King. Now, who is the late great Coretta Scott King? She is the former spouse of the late great Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. Her and the late great Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., a power couple, one of the greatest black couples of all time, and just one of the greatest couples of all time in general. I appreciate them very much for being nonviolent, and I appreciate them so much for always sticking truth to their word. At any time, they could have been like the looters and rioters. They could have been violent, but they chose not to be nonviolent during the Civil Rights Movement and during the Jim Crow era. And because of that, they got a lot done. There's no more coloreds only and whites only. There's no more segregation. It's all about civil rights and equal rights and justice rights and social rights. And that's what it's all about. Just people being equal, people being free to do what they want to do, and just people being them. And I appreciate the late great Coretta Scott King very, very much. Thank you for sticking with the late great Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. Thank you both for being a great power couple. Thank you for being one of the greatest black couples of all time. And just thank you just for being you all. We miss you all so much. And we still praying for your all's family. And that's right, Joe P. Go Big Blue. 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 Uh-oh, can I have a poncho about the New York Giants? Hey, you never know though, Joe P. You never know. It could happen. It just might happen in the new up-and-coming episodes. And just in case you all wasn't in here earlier, after we film and do the 200th anniversary episode on March 14th, we'll be taking a break from a while because the NCAA March Madness 2026 tournament for the men's and women's college basketball will be on, and we'll be having our involvement around that tournament. So we won't be able to do anything live here, and we'll be on spring break during that time also. So we will be back with you all once March 14th wraps up. We'll be back with you all around the second week of April. But in the meantime, while we are here, let's talk about taxes, passports, IDs, driver's license, and registrations. What are those? Taxes, we have to pay out of pocket. So basically, if we purchase something, they give us a tax on it. Depending on what the tax is, then we pay the payment. And that's like we draw our taxes every year from the government. We work all year to draw taxes. So that way, once those taxes come out, they are rewarded. Depending on how the reward is, we appreciate taxes very, very much. And with passports, if you're going to be traveling internationally, or if you're international and you're going to be traveling to the United States of America, you have to have a passport. This passport not only protects you, it protects your ID. It gives you equal rights to travel, to go to where you need to go. In addition to that, we have registration. Registration you have to have on your vehicle, regardless. Whether you're registered as a voter to vote, whether you drive, you have to have registration. If you're gonna fish, you gotta have a fishing license and registration. If you ride a motorcycle, you gotta have a motorcycle's insurance and registration. And we can include insurance in this because everybody needs insurance, regardless of what the case may be. Whether it's life insurance, God's insurance, the world's insurance, the devil's insurance, whether it's people's insurance, whether it's vehicle insurance, whatever the case may be, you have to have some type of insurance. Insurance protects you at all times. Now for me, I'm on my way to the blue and white. So I'll be working in the blue and white, working in person today. And along with that, next we have IDs and driver's license. IDs and driver's license are pretty much the same. The only difference is with an ID, you can carry that ID all the time. And with that ID, it just identifies who you are. That's why when you see a lot of law enforcement ask for ID, they want to identify you just to make sure and verify that your information checks out correctly. Now, if your information doesn't check out correctly, there's something wrong. Unless you're undercover, you should be able to identify your ID right away. And we have driver's license. With driver's license, you have to have a driver's license in order to be able to drive your vehicle, no matter where you go. But let's take our last commercial break real quickly. And when we come right back, we're going to talk about women athletes. Stay tuned. We're coming back on the air in about 30 seconds. We'll take a look at the Harlan County Hospital. All right, everybody. This is the Talk of Poncho's Palace podcast, episode 197. With the 197th episode in the books, we're just 3 episodes. And somebody say 3 episodes away before we officially hit the 200th anniversary episode. Can you believe we're almost at 200 episodes? Like I said, from the time that July 30th, 2020 hit with the pandemic with the first episode all the way until now. I appreciate you all always supporting me in everything that I do. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you all so much for making this possible. But thanks be to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, who is the blood of my life and the head of my strength and the source of my strength. He leads me and guides me in all directions, everywhere, every single day. I appreciate him very, very much. And can you believe next month, it'll be my 15th year anniversary in the music industry. 15 years, and still going strong. I appreciate you all so much. We'll be celebrating my 15th year anniversary in the music industry as of April 18th of this coming year. And it was April 18th of 2011 that my music career started. I was discovered by Officer Jake Spurlock of Harlan County, Kentucky. Without his discovery of me, you would not have seen me as a recording indies music artist. So I appreciate him very much. And thank you all for always being great fans of my music everywhere. So I definitely appreciate that. Being a public figure and a celebrity honestly is a true blessing. It has its up and downs, don't get me wrong. When you become a public figure and a celebrity, you take the risk of everything. If you don't want to be a public figure and celebrity, don't even put no thought, don't even try to do it. If you don't want to be on camera, don't go where no cameras are. We know at ball games, church services, events, there's going to be cameras and microphones. But I appreciate and I love being a public figure and celebrity. It has truly blessed my life for real. And we got Jet 2154 in the building. Hey, it's so good to see you. Thank you for joining us in the YouTube Live Nation chat. And for those of you all that are still here with us, be sure to let me know where you're from and how old you are. That way we can shout you out properly. And if this is your first time ever in any of my live streams, let me know ahead of time. That way we can welcome you with open arms. Our final topic for today will be women's athletes. So, women's athletes are tremendous. They are just as good, if not better, than a lot of athletes. We've seen a lot of women athletes throughout the years. From the legendary and future first ballot Hall of Famer Candace Parker, to Lisa Leslie, to Dawn Staley. The list goes on and on and on. Diana Taurasi, Caitlin Clark, Paige Beckers, Sophia Cunningham. I mean, the list goes on of great athletes for women. I appreciate them very, very much. Oh, you in Chicago, Joe P. I remember you saying you were in Chicago. The good old city of Chicago. I know that's right. Hey, Chicago, Illinois is where it's at, though. It's one of the greatest places to ever be is Chicago, Illinois. So I appreciate Chicago, Illinois very, very much. And did you know that Candace Parker played for the Chicago Sky? And she won a championship with the Chicago Sky, Candace Parker did. Just stating some facts on that. But to see women's athletes, it is a true honor and blessing. And they really don't get enough credit as credit is due. I know they're really good just about no matter where you go. You see them play basketball, softball, but they don't get all that credit like they should. And for example, Serena and Venus Williams. Hang on a second. Serena and Venus Williams are two of the greatest women examples of women athletes. And they're sisters. For them to dominate tennis like they did was very impressive. And they're not only the greatest to ever play in tennis, they're some of the greatest athletes in the world, Serena and Venus Williams are. Every time I see a great athlete, I always appreciate them. And in a legend and future first ballot Hall of Famer myself, I can testify that to see another legend, to see legends perform is great. And for example, you have Trish Stratus, Lita, Victoria Tara, the late great China. All examples of great athletes that I appreciate and love very, very much. Ooh la la. I see some beautiful women on the side. Oh my goodness. if I had enough time, I'd definitely pick them up for real. Ooh, we have mercy. I love women and ladies all around the world. I sure do. But it is Women's History Month, so we are going to dig deep into Women's History Month on the 199th episode. So I appreciate all women and ladies around the world, past, present, and future. Thank you all for always making the world a better place. For us men, we can't live with them and we can't live without them. We have to have women and ladies all the time. And for us men, we can deny and say that we don't have to have women. We can deny it all day and all night long, and that's fine. I can understand, because we're macho, we're tough, we're buff, we're rough, we're the muscle, but the women are the beauty and the brains, and we have to have women on our side all the time. It's great to have a man and a woman together, and a woman and a man together. So I appreciate all women and ladies all around the world, no matter where they're at. It is a blessing to be in their presence every chance I get. So I thank God for them every day. We are just about out of time for this episode of the Talking Poncho's Palace podcast, but I appreciate everybody for tuning in so much. Later on tonight, we'll be on for the 198th episode of the Talking Poncho's Palace podcast, and it is going to be the late night version. So we're going to be in the late night chat on the Talking Poncho's Palace podcast, where it's unfiltered, unadulterated, uncensored. The conversation will be so deep. It's always deep late at night. So be prepared. We're going to be on at about, I want to say, maybe 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, maybe. It all depends on when I get out in the in-person work. But be sure to follow me on Facebook in my regular page in Joseph James Holland. Be sure to subscribe to my Facebook fan page at Poncho Blazing ATM, where you can only subscribe to me for just 99 cents. Be sure to like, share, follow, and subscribe to my YouTube page in Poncho Holland Vivo in order to receive live notifications and join the YouTube Live Nation chat. Oh, hello, beautiful woman. Hello. My goodness. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my mama, Prophetess Princess Holland, and Prophetess Princess Holland Vivo on YouTube and Facebook. Be sure to also follow and like us at One Way Ministries and Global Force Records, GFR Incorporated's YouTube and Facebook pages. And be sure to follow me on Google, OnlyFans, and TikTok. And remember, tomorrow night, my mama, Prophetess Princess Holland, will be preaching as a special guest minister at Full Gospel House of Salvation. Be sure to come out and support this great woman of God in Appalachia, Virginia at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, until then, keep blazing. Always have God in your life. And remember, the late, great Reverend Jesse Jackson's funeral is taking place as of right now. Please go out and support the late, great Reverend Jesse Jackson's family. And please be there with him as the pastor, Reginald Sharp, is preaching the Word of God right now. But I'm signing out as of right now, and we'll see you all later on.